know Tony talks vested up, always thinking outside of the box. And of course, we've been excited all week ever since we found out Shedeur Sanders is going to get that QB1 spot and headline this week. And I know I've been excited. I know you've been excited, but I ponder, will Shedeur's success be hindered by Tom Brady? This is a very intriguing question, and this is a question that needs to be answered. But before that, I think Shedeur Sanders, the 42nd quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, yes, number 42, I think he will be the first quarterback that starts his career season and win the first game. There has never been a quarterback in Cleveland history that started their first game and won. And I truly think Shedeur Sanders will be the first one in Cleveland Brown history. Shedeur Sanders will be the quarterback that break that curse on Cleveland. Yep, I definitely think that Shedeur Sanders will break this curse that's on Cleveland. And so I beg the question, will Tom Brady hinder Shedeur or be that Achilles that prevents Shedeur Sanders from winning week 12 against the Raiders? So why do I ask that question? So if you don't know, Tom Brady, Shedeur Sanders, and Deion Sanders, and the Sanders family as a whole, they're very familiar with each other. Tom Brady, hold on, before I get into that, everyone knows that this game is going to be a totally different game and team because Shedeur Sanders now is that QB1. The team with Dillon Gabriel, I'm just going to say it was handicapped. We already know the stats. We already know how we got to this point. We already know his limitations and what he's known for. Dinking and dunking the ball, can't throw the ball down the field, very short passes, 3 to 5 yards. We know that Shedeur Sanders is a different type elite quarterback, and he's able to do a lot of things totally opposite of Dillon Gabriel. So the team is preparing for Shedeur based off his collegiate tapes, which is okay. But I think Shedeur Sanders, even though he's been on the bench, he has been taking notes. As you can see last week, the game against Baltimore Ravens, he was a little rusty, but he was warming up and things had started to click with no reps. So Shedeur Sanders has become a dangerous weapon. All week long, he's getting first team reps. They're knowing his cadence. He's knowing the routes. He's knowing the pass protections. They're starting to gel. One thing about Shedeur, he doesn't need a long time in order to adapt to his environment. And we shall see that this weekend. But let me focus back on Tom Brady. Tom Brady and Shedeur had a very close relationship pre-draft. The relationship was so close that we thought that Tom Brady, being a minority owner of the Las Vegas Raiders, was definitely going to pick up Shedeur Sanders in first round, number 6. And when that didn't happen, everybody kind of stood up, looked, if you was in the know, looking around the room like, hold on, what just happened? What just happened? So it was like, okay, well, the Raiders didn't get him. Maybe there's agreement in the background that the Saints would pick him up at number 9 or the Pittsburgh Steelers would pick him up at number 20. Of course, that didn't happen. We already know the infamous round 5, 144. But it was so startling and telling that Skip Bayless went crazy on Tom Brady. He called him a snake. He said that he betrayed Shedeur and that he lied on Shedeur and that he was part of this collusion. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, look on the screen. That's the title of the video. You must go see that by Skip Bayless. I'm surprised that it only got 51,000 views, but that was a very good video. Of course, Tom Brady didn't like what Skip Bayless had said, so I'm gonna show that clip of him responding to Skip Bayless. And I don't know why the media does not point this out. Guess who was Shedeur Sanders' mentor behind the scenes at Jackson State and at Colorado? Tom Brady. My concern is Tom Brady, with him being so close to Shedeur, he knows his strengths, but he also knows his weaknesses. He knows what his mindset is in regarding plays. He knows what his limitations are in regarding certain plays because he was his mentor. Please know that Shedeur Sanders is going into this game prepped to the best of his abilities, into this game with a sharp mental focus, ready to execute and ready to get this win. But the only downfall is on the other side of the sideline in the booth, upstairs, is Tom Brady, the man that mentored him. What a game it's going to be. Many people are already deeming it as the Super Bowl of Week 12 of the NFL season. Go ahead and watch this clip.
We rode with him. He took me in his truck to his field, to his high school field. Then from then on, he was just telling me knowledge, and I filmed everything. I recorded everything. So now, even sometimes I go back and just listen to the things that he said at that time, and it registers. You know, everything that he said back then registers now, and it applies. So that's why I'm thankful for him. Well, far back, I'll say a couple years ago, he extended his hand. He was like, come work out with me in Tampa. So we flew down there. Dad came, and we rode with him. He took me in his truck to his field, to his high school field. Then from then on, he was just telling me knowledge, and I filmed everything. I recorded everything. So now, even sometimes I go back and just listen to the things that he said at that time, and it registers. You know, everything that he said back then registers now, and it applies. So that's why I'm thankful for him. Well,
Did you hear what Shedeur Sanders said? That Tom Brady is the one that lended or offered his services to train Shedeur. And so that means that Tom Brady is going to be familiar with Shedeur's mindset in certain plays by default. He helped train him. He helped train Shedeur and mentor Shedeur as being a future elite quarterback. Now, we're going to watch this game very closely. Now, let me go ahead and show you some more clips of Brady and Shedeur working out on the field. Look at this. Shedeur, Tom Brady, black shirt, black shorts, giving Shedeur pointers on how to throw the football, the mechanics. That's Tom Brady right there. Once again, that's Tom Brady. He's throwing the ball. He's demonstrating to Shedeur the mechanics of how to properly throw a football. Proof that Tom Brady had a very personal relationship, mentorship with Shedeur Sanders. If no one else knows Shedeur Sanders, it's going to be Tom Brady. It's going to be Tom Brady. So I beg the question, will this be Shedeur's Achilles heel? I'm going to say yes, in one way or another. Now let me let you hear Tom Brady's respond to Skip Bayless accusations that Tom Brady betrayed Shedeur and the Sanders family. Because, as I stated earlier, Tom Brady was also friends with Deion Sanders. Tom Brady even came to the Sanders house Even came to the Sanders house to hang out with the family. And then I'm going to let you hear it out of Deion Sanders' own mouth of the relationship that Shedeur Sanders had with Tom Brady. But let me go ahead and remind you what Tom Brady said about the media. And he was specifically sending shots to Skip Bayless.
Why did he go so late in the draft?
It's a good question. I wasn't a part of any evaluation process or
Skip Bayless
see
says
that.
otherwise.
That's a problem with media is everyone can just say whatever
Why did he go so late in the draft?
It's a good question. I wasn't a part of any evaluation process or
Skip Bayless
see
says
that.
otherwise.
That's a problem with media is everyone can just say whatever they want. I actually texted Shedeur because I know him very well. And I said, dude, whatever happens, wherever you go, that's your first day. Day 2 matters more than the draft. I was 199. Who could speak on it better than me? Like what that really means. Use it as motivation. You're going to get your chances. Go take advantage of it.
Even Tom Brady just stated out of his own mouth, he knows Shedeur very well. He didn't say, oh, I'm familiar with Shedeur or an associate of Shedeur. He stated that he knows Shedeur very well. We need to watch this. Then he also stated that he wasn't part of the QB evaluation process. That could be true. That may not be true. But let's not forget and let's keep in mind that Tom Brady is a minority owner for the Las Vegas Raiders. So he definitely had some input. You don't think Tom Brady had input to whom the Raider chose in this year's draft, especially when they knew that Tom Brady was also very close to Shedeur and knew him very well? That was the argument that Skip Bayless was making, that Tom Brady, despite knowing Shedeur very well and his capabilities, he told the Raiders to pass on Shedeur. Not one time, not 2 times, not 3 times, not 4 times, not 5 times. The Raiders had 11 picks in this year's NFL draft, and not one of those drafts were Shedeur Sanders. I'm going to cover those 11 picks that the Raiders did have, and I'm going to tell you if they have been more productive than Shedeur has in the first 11 weeks of the NFL. Let me go ahead and play this directly from Deion Sanders when he was being interviewed by Shannon Sharpe on Club Shay Shay 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Hold on.
And the thing that you told me, he says he has one mission. He wants to be playing at the level that you and I played at.
Yes.
And whatever I tell him, it's like he's like a sponge. You say he was out there with Brady, and he was just absorbing everything Brady said.
Everything. And he looks up to Brady. He endorses Brady's brand.
Right.
And Tom keeps in touch with him and keep him on point and make sure he's who he is.
The thing that you told me, he says he has one mission. He wants to be playing at the level that you and I played at.
Yes.
And whatever I tell him, it's like he's like a sponge. You say he was out there with Brady, and he was just absorbing everything Brady said.
Everything. And he looks up to Brady. He endorses Brady's brand.
Right.
And Tom keeps in touch with him and keep him on point and make sure he's who he is.
Now, the brand that Deion Sanders was alluding to is called the Brady brand. Shedeur Sanders had an NIL deal with Tom Brady in 2022, which was one of the brand's first long-term athlete partnership based on a mentor-mentee relationship where Sanders also provides input on product development. The relationship is distinct from Sanders' professional career, although he was drafted by the Cleveland Browns after falling past the Las Vegas Raiders. The way that this article is written, Shedeur and Brady still has some type of business relationship. Very interesting. Las Vegas is one of the main attractions this weekend. And out of all places, Vegas is the attraction. And after doing some research on the predictions of the game, as of now, Vegas is predicting that the Las Vegas Raiders will win the game. So if that does happen, that means Shedeur did not break the curse in terms of winning his first NFL game as a starting quarterback. I wonder if Tom Brady would have some influence behind the scenes just to make sure the Raiders do win this game. Because who wants to be shown up by their mentee on this stage, the NFL stage, this upcoming Sunday? But if I was Tom Brady, knowing my team passed up on him 11 times, he should go ahead and, I'm not going to say that. But you know what I'm alluding to. That's all I wanted to bring to you tonight. Oh, and before I go, I do want to recall a video that I did on October the 24th, 3 weeks ago, when I said Shedeur will eventually silence the hater narratives. And guess what? This weekend, it will come true. I'm also going to pin that video. It's only like a minute or less. And then I also shout out to No Room Productions. They contacted me all the way from Kentucky, gave me some pointers, invited me to their studio. We done did some great things in their studio, and it's coming soon. You definitely got to hear that production. So shout out to No Room's production. I visit their offsite all the way out here in Georgia. So thank you for the invite. Thank you for the feedback. And thank you for the support moving forward. And we're going to continue to do some big things. All right, Vesters, I'm going to let you go. Shedeur, we wish you the best. Tom Brady, hint, hint. Tom Brady, let the game play out the way that it's supposed to be. Yes, the Raiders is up. The spread is 3.5 in favor of the Raiders. But Vegas is also predicting a high-score game of 41.5. So we shall see. Because they know Shedeur is coming to Vegas, and he will be throwing those missiles. Keep playing with him, Vegas. He gonna show you up. All right, Vesters, out.